Isaiah 13, verse 19, and it reads, "And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah." All praises, all power, all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah HaKodash. Yahweh being the name of the Father who the world everybody calls God. Yahweh, meaning he exists. Bahashem, meaning in the name. Yahweh, who the world everybody calls Jesus Christ. Yahweh, meaning he is salvation. Bahashem, in the name. Rakah Kodash, Spirit Holy. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach well and rule well, who taught me this truth. Peace and salutation to the Akyam, the fellow laborers, the hopeful elect, pushing this truth and risk of their own lives toward the four corners of the earth. To the Akwathim, listen, learn in sincerity and in truth and in silence. Shalom. Akyam meaning brothers, Akwathim meaning sisters, Shalom meaning peace be unto you. It's your brother Shema from the GMS Toronto camp here in Toronto. Here with another lesson. All right? We'll get into it. All right, the demise of Babylon. Let's look at that word, demise. All right, this in the spirit. I was reading some news articles. And Babylon is falling, man. Demise, online etymology, mid-15th century. Noun, transference of property. Grant of land for life or a period of years. Originally, especially a conveyance of an estate by will or lease, then transfer of sovereignty as by the death or deposing of a king. The sense was transferred to death at first, especially the death of a sovereign or other important person, but also as a euphemism for death. Right? The scripture just came to mind with that explanation, with that definition. The demise of Babylon. Right? We'll come back to this. Second, Sirach 10, also known as Ecclesiasticus. Sirach 10 and 8. And it reads, because of unrighteous dealings, right? You Edomites, right? The Lord set you up, the basis of a man, to rule, right? And how did you go about conducting your business, Esau? Unrighteous dealings. Injuries, right? Jim Crow laws, right? The sword on Jake's neck, killing off Jake, slaughtering the northern kingdom. And riches got by deceit, right? You got your riches by deceit, man. There's no way around it. And the truth is out. The receipts are out. A spotlight is on Esau Edom on how he got rich, beginning with your ruling class elite, your banking families. The kingdom is translated from one people to another, right? You use deceit, and you use the sword, and you were put and you obtained rulership. Ultimately, it was the Lord Yahweh Shai setting you up to rule, right? Also, the kingdom of heaven is a translation of these ruling Edomites, their kingdom, to Yasharallah. Let's get that real quick. Right, Jacob is Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth after. Right, that's a translation of kingdoms. Second Esdras. Second Esdras 6 and 9, and it reads, for Esau, right, you Edomites, Esau, Edom, you ruling class elites, so-called white man, is the end of the world, right? The end of the world, eon, time period, age. You've had your time to rule, And Jacob, right? Yasharala, Israelites, Israel being a people before it's a place. Under Yahushai, our king, right? And under Yahushai, King David, under King David, the 12, under the 12, the 144,000, the men, the prophets. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, right? So that's the kingdom to come. So America the Great, Babylon the Great is circling the drain, right? The kingdom to come will be ruled in righteousness, right? But we're seeing the beginning. We're seeing the beginning of the fall of Esau, Edom. What scripture? How come I can't find a scripture? Salakia. Isaiah 13 and 19. And Babylon, America the Great, Babylon the Great, the glory of kingdoms, right? You are the pinnacle. You are the standard. All nations look at Babylon the Great as the it factor, the pinnacle, the benchmark, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency, right? The Chaldees were magicians and sorcerers. Shall be as when Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, right? In the same way, America the Great, Babylon the Great was taken out. Salakia, the same way, a similarity of destruction, right? So Sodom and Gomorrah was taken out by fire and brimstone, right? America the Great, Babylon the Great will be taken out with missiles, right? Laid waste, right? But I was looking at some of these articles. We'll just read the headlines, right? It says here, WallStreetJournal.com. The hidden costs of homeownership are skyrocketing. Rising insurance premiums, property taxes, and maintenance costs show little sign of abating. Darren Gundry has owned his 4-bedroom home near a golf course in Louisville, Kentucky since 2004. He and his wife, Lori Gondry, paid off their primary mortgage in 2021. That hasn't stopped other bills associated with homeownership from piling up, right? And it's only going to get worse, right? And listen, Esau, Edom can't take adversity, right? They don't know how to handle suffering. Right? Scripture says, he that earneth wages to be put in a bag with holes in it. Roughly paraphrasing. That's Haggai chapter 1 around the 6th verse. Right? As you get your money, it's allocated for an expense. Right? So the Lord is causing all these curses to fall on our enemies. Deuteronomy 30 verse 7. Right? And who are our enemies? Psalms 83 goes into it. Right? But the chief enemy, the first enemy listed on the list is Edom. Right? Credit card delinquency rates were worse on record in Fed study. Right? The woes. U.S. credit card delinquency rates were the highest on record in the fourth quarter, according to a Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia report. Right? Babylonians can't pay their credit card bill, man. Almost 3.5% of card balances were at least 30 days past due as of the end of December, the Philadelphia Fed said. That's the highest figure in the data series going back to 2012 and up by about 30 basis points from the previous quarter. The share of debts that are 60 and 90 days late also climbed, right? And a great crash is coming, right? These elites are bankrupting, are collapsing America the Great, Babylon the Great. Let's get that scripture in Ecclesiastes. 12. Ecclesiastes 12:3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, right? The financial advisors, the stock market analysts, right? They're trembling. Why? Because they're watching the stock markets. They're watching the credit delinquency be the highest it's been since 2012. And the strong men shall bow themselves, right? The middle class is being decimated. They're being brought low. And the grinders cease because they are few, right? No work. Grinders going into work. And those that look out of the windows be darkened, right? Looking into what the future holds, right? No one is seeing a bright future. Everyone is seeing that the future is dark, right? And the bills and delinquencies are going to continue to pile up. Marsha Blackburn, Tennessee families spending $922 per month just to tread water. It says here, Tennessee families are spending $922 per month just to tread water in President Joe Biden's economy. Senator Marsha Blackburn, Republican Tennessee, said during an appearance on Breitbart News Daily, right? And this is across the board. People are just surviving, right? And it's going to continue to tank. Right? Why? Ultimately, they want to bring in the NWO, the C-Hip, the Revelation 13, verse 16 on down, the grain of rice, right? Which is which is physical, an insertable device where no man can buy or sell without it. But they got to bring the chaos. And how are they bringing the chaos? They have to collapse everything. Zephaniah 1 verse 10. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, right? The noise of a cry from the fish gate. The ancient world of fish gate is where commerce, right? Trade, buying and selling took place for each city. The gates of the cities, right? The fish market, the buying and selling in the gates, right? The noise of a cry, right? Because we're hearing now that these articles that I just shared with you is the noise of this place about to crash, everything crashing, right? The citizens in straits, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills, right? A great crashing, the crashing of the stock market, the crashing of the banks, hills being smaller governments. Howl ye inhabitants of Maktesh, right? An ancient city of trade and commerce. In Israel, Jerusalem. For all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off, right? Merchants, they that build silver. So if today if the banks crash, you have no access to your money, your currency. You may have a bank account, but now you have no access to it. The grid goes down, there's no access to your money. That's a crash. A buy-in where the banks refuse to release or allow you to conduct transactions. That's you being cut off from your currency, your savings. Right? It says here, how people gonna be crying, man. People are not going to know what to do, and this crash is coming. right? This crash is coming, but yeah, that's it on that, man. Right? Everything, all the news articles is about inflation. With inflation back up, the long-predicted storm clouds in the economy may actually be forming, right? This place is through, man. It's circling the drain, right? Progress on inflation is moving in the wrong direction, right? All by design. And ultimately, it's the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai putting the spirit on these Edomites to tank this thing. So with that, call Allah Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that teach one rule well. Shalom to the hopeful elect.